Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coping with Donald. I'm Phil. Today is the 30th of April. It's the last day of April. What a month it was, especially if you are involved in any way with stocks. And we'll talk a little bit about that later. Not too much, but just a general overview. The first thing I want to talk about, the only other thing I want to talk about today, is the swamp. If you remember the first time Donald Trump ran for president, he talked about the swamp, we're going to drain the swamp, we're going to continue to drain the swamp, swamp. Okay? There's probably a swamp. There's probably always been a swamp. But just because you have a different approach to the swamp, and you do the same swampy things, that doesn't mean you drain the swamp. You just replace the swamp. I'll give you an example. There was an article in the Palm Beach Post yesterday out of Florida. I live in Florida. And it was about a man who has been running doctor's offices, apparently. He has a medical group, and he has a lot of doctors and nurses working for him. Well, this man would take money out of their pay, all the people that work for him, secretaries, doctors, nurses, and he would take their tax deductions out. And apparently, he was just putting them in his pocket. And I would suppose that would include the tax deductions for Social Security and for Medicare. The people that were working for him thought they were paying their taxes, and they weren't. He was found guilty and just recently sentenced to 18 months in jail. He pocketed millions of dollars this way. Donald Trump pardoned him. You know, presidents can pardon whoever they like, and Joe Biden pardoned his son. But, I mean, oh man, when you see a con man pardoning another con man, it's rough, okay? And that's exactly what is involved in this case. And like I said, if it's a swamp, does it really matter whose swamp it is? It's still a swamp. He just loves con men. Now, it probably didn't hurt that this man who was pardoned, his mother is a big Republican donor. Ta-da! Swamp. All right, Donald Trump also nominated somebody to run NASA. This man has been arrested in the past for writing checks, bad checks, to casinos of all places, for millions of dollars. Most people are not even allowed to run a register in a store or a fast food restaurant if they have some sort of financial problem in their lives. One time I got turned down for a job at Rite Aid. Do you remember them, the drugstore? I got turned down because the man said that he had me fill out a financial form. Boy, does that sound awful. And he said, you know, we can't pay you enough. You're going to steal from us. I was really offended by that, okay? I really wanted that job because I needed it. But apparently you can run NASA if you do things like that. Excuse me. Okay. Enough. Oh boy. Enough about the swamp. I want to talk about the economy for just a couple of minutes. Today, let's see. The GDP, gross domestic product, was down just a little bit. Less than people thought it was going to be. And stocks actually recovered to finish even. And after hours, they were down in the morning and they recovered. After hours, Meta/Facebook and Microsoft both reported really excellent earnings, so the market's going to go up again tomorrow. the market has made back all of its tariff drop. Now it's starting to work on just the drop since Trump got in office to before he announced the tariffs. And it is said, what would make you feel worse? Not buying and missing out on a gain? Or buying and the market goes down? I'm missing out on the gains. I can't believe the market's where it is. I know the trend is definitely up until it's not. Today wasn't enough to sink the market. It's just too much buying out there. So, my question is, do you think that the market is in any way concerned that it's possible that we're going to have empty store shelves in a month because of tariffs? Do you think the market's concerned because tariffs are supposed to add $4,000 in taxes to every family a year? I guess single people also. And yet, supposedly, 40% of households don't have $500 for an emergency. And 60% don't have $1,000 for an emergency who are working. Those are employed people. 60% don't have $1,000 for an emergency. So what's that $4,000 in tariffs going to do to them? I'm just wondering. I think that Wall Street is actually saying we're not going to have any sort of problem. We still don't have any deals with any countries in concrete. And for sure, China is not talking to us. So there's nothing going on there. And we've had a lot of people fired by Elon Musk who made decent livings. Made a decent living. And we're going to have the tariff money on top of it without any tax relief. So you can forget about that. And most people were complaining about inflation before. I haven't seen any prices in the supermarket going down, that's for sure. And they complained very loudly about Joe Biden to the point where now we're willing to be associated with the worst of the worst when it comes to our immigration policies and the way we treat people by deporting them to El Salvador. And also shaking up relationships with the whole rest of the world. We're not going to get any cooperation from these people in the future. It really wasn't worth it, was it? Well, I guess if you really don't like illegal immigrants, I guess it was worth it. But I honestly don't see any benefit to it. And we're giving up our freedoms. We're giving up possibly our democracy. We're giving up aid to the poor. That'll come out in this budget. So think about that. I don't know what Wall Street sees. I really don't see it. But I'm not going to short the stock market. Not against this tremendous push to the upside. Good for the people who are getting their retirement accounts back. Okay, that's enough for today. This has been Coping with Donald. I'm Phil. If you can, hey, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm on a push for 20. No, not 20,000 subscribers. 20. I'm up to 17. Hey, to me, this is a big deal. I'm thrilled there are 17 people that will listen to this. Have a good day.